Actually, there's two houses. One is a large three-story set that is filmed in several different stages. It's filmed as the house that we start off in, and then it's filmed as the final home, and then it's filmed as a space within which the game occurs. And that is the house of the imagination that goes through all its various changes and permutations as a result of the game. It has vines taking over it, it has animals stampeding through it, it gets flooded, it has lions roaming through it, it turns into quicksand. And all of these things are designed into the house in a modular fashion to allow the shooting company to shoot them and then go to other layers of the house. These are preliminary keyframe illustrations. We start off just by illustrating them, and this shows the amount of destruction after the animals stampede down it. We have modular panels that are removable so that the real intact floor will be removed, and then we'll throw a collapsed and destroyed floor in there. Same thing here. This is everyone trying to race up the staircase and the flood comes down. These illustrations were done before casting, so they're not accurate representations of the actors, but they begin to help us look at the level of vinage and the way that we want to develop the vines. Joe and I had to arrive at some sort of agreement on what these vines actually did to the house. This was the first model that we constructed and started exploring the possibilities of creating this new world that Jumanji, in fact, created inside the house. The vines, when we first see them, are rather like fast-growing ivy, and the vines are enormous and growing all over. And they've grown up through the second floor, and the whole thing is very organic. Ground floor set had to be built in a large tank that was built out at the University of British Columbia for wave research. The construction has to be especially solid because we have not only 6.5 feet of water in the set, but because the currents and the winds that are generated as a result of the monsoon are considerable. And the alligator or crocodile, which in fact attacks them in this hallway, is 15 feet long, and a 15-foot crocodile moving through water generates quite a lot of current. So this is a complete model that we used to really accurately plan the shots in the attic scene. We also used it to see what elements, since we're dealing with a fairly oddly shaped set, it's a good tool for discussion with the director of photography, where he wants to put lights, where he might like to have wild walls, where crew's going to be, and so it's very useful that way. And then finally, in terms of the earthquake, we used it to show where the crack was going to be and how the attic was going to rend itself. And then the finale, and that is simply taking a chainsaw to the existing set and ripping it apart. Truly, just tearing it apart. That's the final stage. Hopefully, no more shooting in there. It's done.